Hi guys, welcome back to This African Perspective. Thank you for stopping by. So I've actually been seeing a lot of people actually saying if you know you're going to get a house, you guys should not buy any house with HOAs because they've had bad experiences with them, and there's just been a lot of horror stories about them, a lot of videos about people complaining and saying, hey, like when it comes to HOA, there's just so many rules that applies, and it's actually not, there's just too many fines, too many complaints, and the idea of someone coming to tell you what to do with your property, what you bought with your own money, like does that even make sense? Like it's almost like you don't really own it. So we're going to be checking out this video and actually see from people actually experiencing life with HOAs, and then there's a little bit of skits among these videos. So some people are actually just making fun of, kind of giving an idea of how it's like. Before we get right into this video, I want to give a big shout out to KB for $10 super thanks. Thank you so much. Big shout out to you. I appreciate you so much. And Chon White for $5 super thanks. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you please click the like button. It really helps with the algorithm. I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into it.
Okay, I came outside to walk the dog and realized that my car was missing. Boo-hooing, crying, called 911 like, hey, somebody stole my car out of a gated neighborhood. They're like, okay, what's the address? I give them to them. They're like, oh no, ma'am, the HOA. Because I was parked like this. These are the marks from when they towed it out of the yard, by the way. Yep, the good HOA.
How tall is this fence? Too tall, citation. How tall is this grass? Too tall, citation. Nasty. Who told you to paint your house white? Citation. Hey, they just picked the trash up at 10 o'clock. It's 10:05. Why is it still outside? Huh? Why is it still out here? You nasty. Citation. Where your pool pass? From this mountain. Well, you don't live here. You can't swim here. Bye. Whose cars is parked all in the streets like this? Don't you got a driveway? If it ain't enough room in the driveway, it's too many people living in the house. Citation. Ma'am, get that boo-boo up. Ma'am, get the boo-boo up. A brick mailbox. Do you see anybody in this neighborhood with a brick mailbox? So you got your couple dollars, got your taxes, now you want to be fancy. Citation. Who does raggedy trampoline belong to?
It's from my kids.
Your kids, your baby is in college. Why is it citation? I'm not doing this with you today. Ma'am, did you ever get that boo-boo up? Did you get that boo-boo up?
I'm about to go to fucking war with my HOA, and I need you guys to tell me if I'm crazy or not. This is gonna be a bit of a story time, and I think what people don't realize about millennials, or maybe it's just me in particular, I'm not gonna back down from bullshit. If someone's trying to fuck me over or get one over on me, I'm not gonna stand for it, and I'm gonna fight back. So here's the deal. A little over a month ago, I got a warning letter from the management company from my HOA telling me that my lawn looked like shit, and I needed to fix it, otherwise I was gonna get fined. For reference, here was what was in the actual warning letter, right? So general landscaping. Please fertilize and seed your lawn to promote growth. That's all the instruction that was given in the warning letter. Easy enough. Went to Home Depot, I bought lawn soil, I bought fertilizer, I bought weed killer, I bought all the stuff. After watching a shitload of YouTube videos, I spent hours in my yard dethatching, pulling up all the dead grass, putting new soil down. Over the next couple of weeks, I spent time watering it, watching more YouTube videos, figuring out how to get the grass to grow, and I'm doing everything I can to try to get this fucking lawn to grow. Smash cut to a few weeks later, I get this lovely notice in the mail, and it's pretty much the same thing that I got in the original warning. A lot of the same language. You need to fertilize and seed your lawn, but there is one difference in this. They are fining me $125 for not taking action on my lawn after I already fucking took action on the lawn. And this $125 is absolutely fucking unjust. This aggression will not stand. I'll take this lying down. Are you fucking kidding me? $125? I want to show you before and after pictures of the lawn so you could tell me just how fucking insane this $125 charge is. Here's the before picture, right? And I'll be real with you guys. This looks really fucking bad. The lawn looked terrible. We're the worst looking lawn on the block. We're for sure lowering everyone's property value. So I'm not that mad about the original warning, but this is what it looked like before I did anything. And this is the picture that they included in the fine, saying that I hadn't done anything, that the lawn still looks bad, and that I needed to fertilize and seed my lawn, which I had already done. And I'm absolutely fucking flabbergasted, right? They gave me 2 weeks to figure out how to get grass to grow with only fertilizing and seeding? Hell no, that's not gonna fucking work. So I'm fighting this all the fucking way to the top. I'm calling the mayor, I'm going to City Hall. I don't give a shit. I am raising hell over this fine. But realistically, where we're at is I called the management company. They submitted an appeal. There's an appeals council. They told me, hey, don't worry. You don't have to show up to the meeting. I said, I'm fucking going to that meeting. Are you kidding me? Be there with bells on. You tell me when, where, and I'm fucking there. I'm gonna go full Johnny Cochran. Like, I want to show up to this meeting with a fucking suit and tie. I want to bring a briefcase. I want an easel with big printouts of the pictures. I want to get one of those pointy wands that extends so I can use the wand to point at the pictures, so I can make these people realize what fucking shitheads they are. All right, judgment call time. Am I absolutely fucking insane about this or what?
Homeowners are losing their houses to HOAs over unpaid fines. See, I made a video about HOAs and y'all thought I was just talking. Y'all didn't think that. But this just goes to show how serious things can get in HOA communities if you don't abide by the laws. And if you get fined and you say, like, screw this, I'm not going to pay it. What are they going to do? Baby, this is what they're going to do. They have the option to place liens on your house. They can foreclose on your home over you not paying your fines. It could be a $200 fine for, I don't know, maybe not keeping your grass cut or not pulling your trash bin back to the house, or having a satellite dish in the front of the yard when it's supposed to be in the back. Anything. That's why it's very important that you get those bylaws and restrictions pulled before you close on the house to see if, hey, I know I'm not going to abide by this, so let me not even buy a house over here. Or I don't mind following the rules because I like my community nice and upkept, so I'm not going to be an issue. But if you know that you are problematic, if you know you don't like to listen, if you know you like to live life on your own terms, maybe a HOA might not be for you.
And seeing how a lot of people actually have horror stories with their HOA is actually just making me feel like, oh, for those people that actually buy houses without it, can you imagine the amount and level of peace they have in their home, where they just have to deal with single-handedly just the problems that they have, and it has nothing to do with some outside problem where someone else is just sending you an email and telling you, charging you a fine and telling you what to do and how you should park, what you should do. I know the idea of someone actually trying to, make the aesthetic of the, entire environment and area look so good. Actually something that some people might actually like that is what they like and they really do appreciate it. But for some people, they do not want to be bothered like this. Like when you're actually disturbed financially, you're not just disturbed by, hey, I think you should do this, I think you should do this. To be honest, personally for me, I would feel like I'm renting a place and that place just doesn't belong to me.
I think the HOA is stupid and should not exist. Who are you to tell me what I can do with my own property? How would you like if I came into your home and was like, you know what? I fucking hate that table. It's lowering the value of this house that does not belong to me. See how fucking insane that is? Who are you to decide if I can't have wildflowers in my yard or just have natural biodiversity in my yard? The HOA is such a controlling and manipulative organization for no fucking reason. Who are you to decide the property value? You're not even moving. Why do you give a shit if you're not gonna move? You're not conforming, and that's a problem. I'm gonna get the city involved. Here's a solution for the HOA. Either you stop giving a fuck what other people do, or you start paying them to have something that you want. It's been in the library for 2 days. Yeah. You can see their stuff there. Maybe they're home.
Hey, bro. So we got to talk about something. I don't know who, but someone's been over here, right, for over a day. They obviously stayed overnight because their car has been in the driveway overnight. And according to the HOA policy, states that any visitor visiting, whether family, friends, lawyers, therapists, you name it, has to check in with the HOA. And who's the HOA? Well, that's me. Okay. Yeah, this is a serious problem that has to get resolved like ASAP, because if not, it's going to lead to more fines. The fine right now for having an additional guest in your house that stayed overnight is $150. That's not $1.50, that's $150. My wife's been watching the whole time, right?
Photo evidence.
We need to get this resolved ASAP. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'll bring the fine by, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? I'll be back in just a little bit, and then we'll discuss things. Got it?
My HVAC guy came by today to take a look at my units. He said, Matt, why do you have those grasses around the units? I said, the HOA requires me to have something around those units to guard them from the street so people can't see them. He said, you can't have those around that unit. Mess up the back pressure on them blower motors, tear up your units. So guess what? I took them suckers out of there. And the HOA, they can just kiss it. I don't care if they see my units from the road. I ain't going by that rule if it tears up my stuff.
You want to hear the stupidest thing about my HOA? Like, the stupidest thing. They bought farmland. It's farmland. This was farmland. And now they're mad at us when the farmland starts growing lettuce. We can't control that. We didn't put the lettuce in there. You bought a farm. Don't fine us because you bought a farm.
So as you can see how difficult it is actually living in some type of toxic, like having to deal with some toxic HOAs. There are many people who are like, hey, if they want to get a house, they really do not want to have a house that has an HOA. So, but do you know what the problem is? There's actually a lot of houses that have this HOA. So you trying to go and buy a house, you want to purchase a house, it's will be kind of difficult, a little bit difficult for you to find the one that doesn't really have it, because that's just the reality of it. It's going to be difficult. It won't be so easy as some might actually think, because many people, whenever you complain about the HOA, there will be a lot of people who will be like, hey, like, you are the one who's crazy for actually doing this. Like, you shouldn't have even gotten a house with that. Because me, I don't really think that really makes a lot of sense. Maybe for those people that it makes sense to, that's them. But I actually feel like you shouldn't come and be telling me what I should do with my house. Or at least, like, if that even exists, I think for some they actually do too much. Like, the rate at which they would be so into, like, they'll pay attention to every little thing you're doing in your house, and it's like you don't even have the chance to let loose and just, you know, have the chance to do some certain things. Before you know it, you're fine. Before you know it, this. So there's just too many troubles.
So my parents lost our childhood home to the HOA. The house was paid off for, but they had a violation that resulted in them losing their home. So the ironic thing about it is that they evicted them and threw everything out of the house, changed the doorknob, but also gave them a violation of everything being thrown out the house. But the HOA is the one who did it.
This is why I hate HOA. The lady that lives in this condo right here, she has planted all these plants and got special permission from HOA years ago to do this. And she upkeeps it herself, uses her own water. It looks nice. She's not bothering anyone. You can see the joy on her face when she waters these plants. They fined her like $200 and told her she has to take these plants out by the 15th. It's ridiculous.
Put a finger down if you bought a property within an HOA neighborhood that had a pool, but the pool was not owned by the HOA or the neighborhood. It was owned by a developer, and the developer says, hey, you're either going to purchase this pool from me for $300,000 or I am going to make the pool public and your property values are going to decrease. So all the neighbors got bullied into voting yes, that we're going to purchase the pool, and then our HOA sends us an email that tells us that we have 30 days to send them $2,390 and that our dues, our annual HOA dues, are going to go up by $348.
16 and a $15,000 fine. Peeling bark, $2,000 fine. 1 millimeter over the tree, $5,000 fine. Way too close to the curb, $700 fine, second offense.
So instead of it actually being about trying to make sure that the environment looks clean and neat and everybody's like going, the whole place looks so like a very nice, beautiful place, it actually kind of it's becoming more of a control thing where some are just so happy. Like, it's more like a money grab where they just want to keep finding you for every little mistake you make, and the fines just keep going up and up and up, and before you know it, now you're spending so much money. You're paying a lot of money. Many people are making payments on their mortgages. So it's like you now have to deal with that and still come and deal with the insurance and every other bill you have and still be dealing with some HOA bothering you with some fine, then I would say I rather just go get a house that does not have that, so I don't have to deal with that. Like, we have too many other problems to deal with in life than to start thinking about someone just coming knocking at your door and telling you, hey, you actually didn't park your car right, you didn't do this right. So no. So a lot of people actually go into different type of contracts and they sign a lot of documents without actually reading it so much to know exactly what that document is saying, so you will know, is this something that actually works for me, or not a situation where you finish going to maybe sign a lot of documents, you feel like, oh, there's just too many writings here, so what's the purpose of actually reading it? I think you should be reading every little details. You guys should let me know what you guys think about this video, and like, what do you guys think about HOAs? Do you feel like they're exaggerating? That's it for this video. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.